Showing interest in your dream life can expand your consciousness, help you heal on a much deeper level, and make your whole life more interesting and enjoyable. In this video, I'll be helping you to look at dream time from a different light, from a shamanic perspective, in order to reap these major benefits. And I'll also be giving you practical ways to start working with your dreams to support your holistic health starting tonight. Hello friends, I'm Brandy with Falcon Healing Arts. Welcome back to my channel. And if we are meeting for the first time here, you may be interested to know that I'm a modern medicine woman. I offer holistic healing sessions to women who are ready for a healing breakthrough. And I do this with Chinese medicine coaching, energy and shamanic healing, and I help them align with their human design for authentic, empowered living. This is part one of a two-part series on Shamanic Dreamwork, which is a really important and interesting aspect of my shamanic healing practice. I think it's going to be really interesting for you as well. And today we're going to be focusing more on just introducing you to this shamanic perspective, an introduction to working with your dreams consciously, and next week we'll be focusing more on nightmares. So if you're not familiar with shamanic healing work already, I suggest that you check out one of my previous videos so you get a better understanding of what it's all about. But basically, shamanic healing is visionary healing. We work with beneficial spirits in an altered state of consciousness, and this brings us to other world realities, these different spiritual dimensions that are just more alive versions of what we already experience here on Earth. So in these other dimensions, the trees are alive, animals speak to us, and through this communication with this living magical world and through these beneficial helping spirits, we are communicating with the larger spirit. This is direct revelation. So we are communicating with Source, with the universe, with God, whatever you want to call it. These beneficial helping spirits are a link to this higher state of consciousness. And the information that we get helps us to become more healthy, more whole, and thereby creates more joy in our lives. And this practice has been consistent over cultures all over the world for thousands of years. And what we experience in these other worlds, which in many shamanic cultures we call the lower world, middle world, and the upper world, these are very similar to what we experience in dream time. And there are many indigenous cultures who actually believe that dream time is our most consistent reality, and that it is the same to these other worlds that we visit in shamanic journeys. So it's simply another doorway to the spiritual realm. And so with shamanic healing work, if we are able to consciously do journey work to benefit our holistic health, then it makes sense that we should be able to do this in dream time as well. The only difference, which is a pretty major one, is that we are doing shamanic journeys consciously. We are able to make an intention. We're able to control to some degree what we're doing during the journey. We can't control, of course, what messages we're receiving, but we are gearing it toward a specific outcome of what we are wanting to receive. So the challenge with doing the dream work is bringing consciousness into this subconscious or this unconscious realm. But there is so much power there. When we start to do this, it opens us up to huge possibilities, not only for health and healing, but for what we're trying to create in our ordinary life here. When we are working with the unconscious, we are able to bring these unconscious desires and dreams to life. And this is something I have been personally interested in for a really long time. Before I started doing shamanic work, actually when I was still a teenager, I was fascinated by dreams, and that's when I started to do dream journaling. And so I have a lot of tips that I want to share with you to get you started on this type of work if you're not doing it already. But there are 3 beliefs that you'll need to hold in order for this work to be effective. Number 1 is dreams are real. Number 2, spirits are real. And number 3 is that spirits are creating our dream life. So let's go into a little more depth on these. Dreams are real. This is not just the subconscious working out our issues over the day while the conscious mind rests. This is the belief that many Western mental health practitioners, psychologists, psychiatrists, the belief that they hold in how they work with dreams. And I completely respect that system, but I feel it does not go deep enough. It still allows us to discount what is happening in dream life. We should not be dismissing the unconscious or thinking that it's not as important as what is happening here in this reality, because 95% of brain activity is unconscious. And the brain cannot tell the difference between what is happening here in our waking life and in our dreaming life. If we are experiencing fear, if we're dealing with stress or anxiety, pleasure, happiness, desire in our dreams, it is the same as what we experience here in our waking life. Our body believes that it's real. It is having a tangible experience, even though we can't grasp on to the things that we're experiencing in the dream. So dreams are real. And of course, we have a spiritual essence that is beyond our body, heart, mind, and our spirit wanders in this dream world reality when we're sleeping. And we also believe that this is where our spirit goes when we die. And this is also why you are able to connect with loved ones in dream time. This is how we stay connected to everyone in our lives. Most of our communication is on a spiritual level because spirits are real and are our essence. And in dream time, spirits are creating these messages. So this is the way that we're communicating on a spiritual level, through feelings, through emotions, and through symbols. So you could still engage in these tips, but you'll have the greatest impact on your holistic health, especially your spiritual well-being and the ability to heal your body, heart, mind, and spirit if you are working with these beliefs and working through any obstacles that are a barrier to them. So my first tip for getting started with working with your dreams is to make an intention before you go to sleep. So as you're lying in bed, before you close your eyes, bring consciousness to this moment as the body is resting and settling down. And say to the spirit world, I am open to receiving messages in my dreams. It's good at this point to be very clear about which spirits you are receptive to receiving these messages from. In next week's video, we'll be talking a bit more about spirits who don't have our best interests in mind. So it is important to establish boundaries and be very, very clear about what you are open to. At the same time that you're making an intention each night before going to sleep, you can also be asking for healing. So asking that your helping spirits, that your angels or guides can give you you information about how you can support your body, heart, mind, and spirit in our ordinary reality. So they can be giving you information that you can take action on, but they can also provide healing energy and support in dream time. So consider it like an appointment, like you're going to get a massage or to get energy work from another practitioner here in this reality. You can be making an appointment in your dream time at night. And then you'll also want to start writing down your dreams every morning in a dream journal. I would actually keep a separate journal just for your dreams. Have it right next to the bed, so even if you wake up in the middle of the night, especially if you had a dream that feels like it needs to be processed right away, you can write that down and then go back to sleep. And when you go to interpret your dream, it's important that you do it yourself. Shamanic practitioners, we believe that dreams are meant just for you. These are symbols from the spirit world that are meant for you to understand. So even though you may be tempted, and it's still okay, of course, to share your experience with a friend, or to seek guidance from one of your spiritual mentors, or to consult a book about dream symbols. But what you think a dream means is most likely what the dream means. So really pay attention to the message and the meaning that comes through as you're looking at the dream and processing it in your dream journal. Next, I would suggest that you experiment with lucid dreaming. So this is the experience of bringing consciousness into your dreams, being able to affect the outcome of the dream. And a really simple thing that you can start to do as you're becoming more conscious in your dreams is to start looking at your body parts. And looking at your hand is probably the easiest thing that you can do, since you can put it right up in front of you. And so you're actually seeing yourself here, that you have physical form in this different dimension, and that's going to bring an element of control to your dream. And what you do with this lucid dreaming, of course, is up to you and your intention. It's really helpful that if you have an unpleasant dream that you wake up from, that if you can't turn around the outcome in the dream in a lucid way, that at least after you wake up and you process it a bit, then you can go back consciously into your dream and try to fix it or to change the outcome. You can also try to go back into a dream from the very beginning of the night. So say you're looking in your dream journal and you're feeling like there's something that is coming up in your dream. You're getting a message here, especially if you're starting to see a manifestation in our ordinary reality here. It would be helpful to try to go into that dream. So try to bring that up with your intention and bring consciousness and lucidity into the dream in order to get more information and the outcome that you are desiring. You can also be using dream time to establish spiritual protection. So many people are afraid of the non-physical, of the unseen, and this fear and anxiety around it can show up in your dreams through nightmares, which again we'll talk about in the next video. But of course this is affecting our waking life too. So establishing that spiritual protection at night by asking for your spirit guides to support your spiritual essence is then going to be carrying over into this ordinary reality where we can't see as much, where we're just trusting that we are protected and supported. So the evidence that you're getting of the support in your dream world is supporting this spiritual protection and trust that you are experiencing here in waking life. Now, I know a big issue with working with dreams is remembering your dreams. all of these activities are going to help you remember them more. Just focusing on wanting to work with your dreams is going to help you remember them. And that can be part of your intention too, is just to ask, can you please help me remember my dream? And once you start writing it down, once you start going through all of these other steps, working with lucid dreaming, again, being able to control that, this is going to strengthen your mind. This is going to help you to tap into your unconscious mind. And remember that we are communicating here. So once the spirits see that you are eager and interested for this work, they are going to help you receive the messages and retain them. But you need to want to do this work. Like anything, when you're ready for it, it will come. So I hope you have fun with this, friends, because it can be a really interesting way for you to get to know yourself. But as I've mentioned already, because dream life is real, it is important that we take it very seriously too. And if dream time is becoming stressful for you, if you're experiencing a lot of anxiety and fear, please get help. If you'd like to work with me, check out the description below where you can browse my services and schedule a call so we can talk more about it. Thank you for watching, friends. I'm eager to hear your dream time experiences if you're willing to share in the comments below. Well wishes to you all. Take care.